Well, there are two types of people when it comes to Donald Trump. There are those who considers him a hero and those who consider him to be the most humiliating person on the planet. And I am in the group of the latter, and I know that you all are as well, because every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he humiliates himself and he humiliates this country. And he especially does so on the world stage. I get messages all the time from people from all over the world talking about what's going on with this regime. And there's part of me that wants to be apologetic. There's part of me that wants to be like, hey, listen, we're not all that way. We're not all this big of an insecure little baby. Please don't judge all of us based on the actions of this guy and his cult. I catch myself feeling that every time I get a message from someone that's from out of this country somewhere else. I think that all the time, like, please don't judge us by this. And just when you think Donald Trump can't humiliate himself anymore, trust me, he always can. Just when you think he can't go any further to the bottom, he always can. There is no bottom when it comes to Donald Trump. And he proved it once again when he was awarded the FIFA Peace Prize. Yeah, the FIFA Peace Prize, because he has got such a hard-on for Barack Obama, and he is so envious of Barack Obama that they had to come up with this phony Dollar General version of the Nobel Peace Prize to hand to him to make him feel better about himself. The fact that he sits and talks about this constantly shows just how weak and fragile he is, but the fact that he would walk out on a stage and put a medal on in front of God and everybody is truly one of the most humiliating moments that I've ever witnessed as an American. But I'm going to show it to you because I do know there are trolls that watch my videos and message me to tell me how bad they disagreed with everything I said. Okay, watch this and say to yourself, how the fuck do I look at this guy as my hero?
Please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm going to wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
You know, I talk about my grandfather quite a bit here on the channel. He was a lifelong Republican, World War II veteran. There's days I would love nothing more than to sit down in a chair and have a conversation with him. But all I can say when I see stuff like that is I'm so glad he wasn't alive to see it himself, because I would be so humiliated to have to see my grandfather's reaction to something that pathetic. And if anybody out there considers that a hero, you should seek counseling. You really should. You want to talk about us having Trump derangement syndrome? Anyone who could sit back and clap for that and wipe a tear out of their eye and think that that's proof there's a God in the sky, you got serious issues. Now, I know you're saying, Brando, no one thinks that's proof that there's a God in the sky. Well, that's the message Jesse Waters is putting out into the world. It's one thing that Trump humiliates himself. It's another that there's people that will go to bat for it and sell it and put it over. Take a look.
I just jinxed it. I'm sorry. But it is, it's like you get the UFC at the White House, you get the Olympics in Los Angeles, and now you get the World Cup. It's almost like God gave us COVID to kick Trump out so he could reemerge again and oversee this wonderful 4 years of birthday parties, international sporting events, and Octagon. If you doubted there was a God,
Oh, gosh.
this is evidence there is God.
Okay. Julian.
So God gave us COVID to get rid of Donald Trump so that he could then reemerge and win the FIFA Peace Prize. And in Jesse Waters' world, that is evidence for God. Listen, if that's the argument you're going to make and you're going to tell me that is evidence for God, I'm here to tell you that is the worst evidence I have ever seen in my life, and I can dissect it really quick right here and right now. You're telling me that God looked down on this world and he saw this sick and twisted pervert and he decided to make him the president. And instead of inspiring him to do the right thing, instead of inspiring him to change his heart and be a better person, he sent a global pandemic on the world to wipe out millions of people, make millions of people suffer and die so that he could reemerge and win a Dollar General version of the Nobel Peace Prize? That's your evidence? That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And if there's such a thing as an afterlife, heaven, hell, and all these things, and we all have a soul, Jesse Waters has no soul. You have to be completely soulless to say something like that. Even if he doesn't believe it and it's just something he's putting out into the world because Fox News wrote it on a script and handed it to him, the fact that he could read that out loud is way worse to me than even what Trump does. The fact that he could go to bat and find a way to put this over. It's like when you hear some really generic, shitty bro country song on the radio and you'll talk about how bad it is, and the person chimes in to go, yeah, but he didn't write it. No, but he had no problem attaching his name to it. He had no problem putting it out into the world. It's every bit just as bad. This truly is, I didn't think it could get any more humiliating, but it truly is one of the most humiliating moments that I've ever seen. And I was so glad to see Adam Mockler on CNN. Shout out to Adam. He's always crushing it, doing such a great job. And it's so inspiring to see a young kid on TV just putting down the truth. And that's what he does in this next clip.
But it seems like the world is willing to humor him on this, and that he's so committed to these accolades that it's almost like it's the price of entry in Trump's world at this
What
point.
you just described was Trump trying to turn the United States into a pre-constitutional era where he can act as a monarch that gives and gets gifts from other countries and companies. And FIFA just cashed in on that. They realized that they can placate Trump, placate his personality. And it's not a good look for the United States. It's honestly humiliating that other countries are treating our president like a child, like a baby. This is like if I created the Mockler Peace Prize and I gave it to Adam Mockler right away. I'm like, I'm just going to keep this medal on all night. I really like this. Our president is an actual child, and other countries are treating him like a child while giving him gifts to placate him for policy. This should scare everybody who cares about the Constitution, and FIFA is just one piece of the pie.
He also dies, but it seems like the world is willing to humor him on this, and that he's so committed to these accolades that it's almost like it's the price of entry in Trump's world at this
What
point.
you just described was Trump trying to turn the United States into a pre-constitutional era where he can act as a monarch that gives and gets gifts from other countries and companies. And FIFA just cashed in on that. They realized that they can placate Trump, placate his personality. And it's not a good look for the United States. It's honestly humiliating that other countries are treating our president like a child, like a baby. This is like if I created the Mockler Peace Prize and I gave it to Adam Mockler right away. I'm like, I'm just going to keep this medal on all night. I really like this. Our president is an actual child, and other countries are treating him like a child while giving him gifts to placate him for policy. This should scare everybody who cares about the Constitution, and FIFA is just one piece of the pie.
Now, I love Adam Mockler, but I will tell you this. If I saw him come up with the Mockler Award and give it to himself and put a medal around his neck, I would absolutely text him immediately to make sure he was feeling okay. Buddy, are you running a temperature? Do you need to call your mom? Do you need to go to the ER real quick? Something has snapped in you if you're doing that. That's what reasonable people would do if they saw a friend doing that. But in Trump's world, they look over and see him doing that, and they sit and applaud it, or they think that that's evidence that there is a God. But what this is actually evidence for is that world leaders sees what a fragile and weak president we have, and they can pounce on him by giving him little medals and giving him participation trophies and stroking his ego. If you're any dictator around this world, if you're any strongman around this world, and you look over and see him, I mean, this is the moment in the Sons of Anarchy episode where they realize that they can play this person. That's exactly what this is. They look over, they see this, they go, this guy is easy to manipulate, this guy is easy to control, and we don't have to worry about his base either because he's controlling them, and if they're weaker than he is, we got them in our back pocket too. So this is a moment where I feel like truly it's a national security threat. It absolutely is, because you've got somebody this fragile that could be duped. They just sit and dangle a little medal in front of his nose and can lead him around and do anything. And this is not about Republican versus Democrat. I can tell you that if I saw a Democratic president do something like that, I would be on here making the same video going, what in the hell has happened to this person? Why are they coming up with this phony Peace Prize and accepting it like this, like a kid? it's just so humiliating that he would walk out there, duck his little head down and put it on like, oh, look at me, I got one. And he sets it, and he's got this delusion that he's ended 8 or 10 wars. I don't know what the number's up to now, but he's ended them all, and why won't they give him the Peace Prize? Buddy, can you just say you're jealous of Barack Obama without saying it? I mean, that's what you're doing. You're just saying it without saying it. We all see it. We all realize that that's what's under his skin. So when you get back to talking about the issues at hand, you talk about affordability, and you talk about people, struggling to put food on their table and people struggling to take care of their health. I would say to them, how is the FIFA Peace Prize helping you put food on the table? How did that bring down the price of eggs? How did that bring down your grocery bill? How did that help you take care of your sick parents? What did that do for you? It done something for him. It stroked his ego, but did you get a prize? Did you get anything? Was anything in your Wheaties box? Because this is one of those things where, I sat down, I said to myself, I'm going to talk about this, but it's just so mind-numbing that we're here that I know when I get done with this video, I'll think of 50 other things I could have said about it. I will, because what the fuck? The FIFA Peace Prize. And there's people out there that looks at this as a flex. There's people that looks at this like, boy, he did something. Boy, I'm proud of him. You have to be extremely weak and fragile to accept an award like that and walk out and put that medal around your neck on the world stage. You have to be extremely weak and fragile. But to look at that as a symbol of strength, and to go to bat for it and put it over and say it's evidence for a God, what kind of weird, what is this an experiment? I mean, do you all ever feel this way? Do you ever feel like that this is some sort of experiment, like we're on the Truman Show or some shit, and there's somebody going to bust out in a minute and tell us all we were punked, and everybody's going to have a good laugh? I tell you, if that happens, if all of a sudden someone walks up on my porch and says, hey, you've been on the Truman Show this whole time, you've been punked, I'm whipping that dude's ass. Because we have been through some shit. And I am not going to, if we are being punked, this is the cruelest joke that's ever been played on anyone. It's just so mind-boggling that we're here.